Well, we're talking about the Richmond Maritime Festival, and we're talking about the festival that sits here on the Britannia site. And what's special about it is this location and the relationship of the Richmond Maritime Festival to the location. The integrity that we can build from this historic site and reflect the history, the amazing lifestyle that took place here with our festival is a match made in heaven.
I think what makes this festival really unique is its mixture of this incredible historic site and the really beautiful museum exhibitions that have been created here by the curator, mixed with both historic wooden boats and then also art and culture. Every artist that's here is in some way doing an activity that's related to either the history or the maritime theme. So things like the lace maker is directly related to the net mending and net building, and then all the different activities for the children are also related to what's going on right here. So it's trying to bring people's awareness to the history, the culture, and also what's happening right now here within the fishing industry.
To engage people to be a part of a community, you must also involve them. They must see their place within it. They must have an opportunity to hear it, see it, experience it, walk it. And so that has always been a part of my, I guess, success, in that I understand those principles and bring that to this particular site, that everybody, and it's for kindergarten to pensioner, it's for all ages, it's not limited. This is not a kids festival. This is not particularly just for one community. And you're not just a spectator, you're a participant. And that's the great value behind this festival. There's lots of layers to this location, and this location is unique in that we are actually inspired by it, and that in turn allows us to be even more creative.
The Richmond Maritime Festival looks at the history of Richmond, and specifically Steveston waterfront, and then uses all different means through art and culture to express that. All the things are designed to fit around the historic buildings, to echo the artifacts, to sort of accentuate the history and the beauty of the natural environment that's here. It's not something that can be taken somewhere else.
This festival is not a cookie cutter festival because of the historical site, number one, the use of the historical buildings in actually the presentation to the public, the waterside programming and the access to those docks, the land programming and the access to the architecture and the landscape, and the proximity of this space to an adjoining community.
We start planning this usually in the new year, so it takes us over 6 months of planning.
It's a 2-day festival, but it's a 5-day setup. It really is. So you need people who have the creative, the artistic sensibility about recognizing the site and the value of what needs to be put in it. And also you need the technical support. You need the production side. You need people who can do the hammering in of the rebar and the spiking of the tents. I mean, you need that quality. So you've got a whole production side, which is a large crew of people and suppliers. And then you've got the artists and the artisans and the artistic crew to be able to actually set the site up. So you're looking at least 20 people involved in just the site setup. And then on top of that, all the suppliers and all the supporting staff.
This festival actually couldn't happen without the volunteers. This festival is a huge undertaking, and it runs really smoothly because there's a lot of work put into it. The arts are all specifically designed to sort of animate or bring people's awareness to the actual heritage of the site, and hopefully bring people's awareness both to what's happening in a contemporary way, but also to the history of this place. That's the point of doing this festival, is to make it a community-based celebration of this particular environment. People will actually sit down, and they do sit down for over an hour and do one activity, which is quite amazing in terms of community engagement. Most of it is from Richmond, and all of it is from the Lower Mainland. So it's very community orientated. And the production team that creates this works directly with local artists, local musicians, local shipbuilders, craftspeople, and that's why it's so popular, because it touches people. And also it's just really an amazing opportunity to be able to work in a first-class museum. It really is a gem that is not well known, not just in Richmond but in the Lower Mainland, and it's a world-class museum that's been created here.
Being a part of this and being offered the opportunity to conceptualize and then find those artists to work with to actually bring those dreams to fruition was a gift, and it still is a gift. And I'm very grateful each year that I continue to be asked to come back and evolve with this ever-growing and ever popular event.